from McDonald's to a Grammy Award winner, I got my brother here, Zaire, and he is going to go over the things that really inspired him to win a Grammy and be nominated for another Grammy. We appreciate y'all being here. This is from his side. Let's go. Z, what's up, baby?
How you doing?
I'm blessed.
Good. Thanks for having me.
You know?
Yeah.
He pulled up on me, man.
I had to.
Y'all got to show love. First of all, y'all comment in the comments. What song of his is your favorite? And if you don't know, he's worked with John Legend. He's worked with Lizzo, Demi Lovato, and that's just a short list. Y'all can look. We'll clip it below so y'all can see the full list. But he is here to bless us with a bit of game, and not just about music, but about how music has shaped his life, what he looks like, what he finds happiness in outside of music, and what it means to be a father. So we're excited to have you, bro. And I appreciate you pulling up, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
So, Grammy Award winner.
Yes, sir.
How'd you feel about winning that Grammy?
It felt great. I mean, I remember being at home and, me and my girl was chilling and just trying to keep up with, all the Grammy activities that were going on around, LA at the time and all the award winners and all the people that were involved.
Yeah.
And I got a text from my manager and my manager was like, hey, y'all just won, the Grammy for Best Contemporary R&B Album for Lizzo. And I was like, great. I was like, that's amazing. So, as we do, we partake in some drinking and some good food.
Yeah.
And then we resumed watching the Grammys and
that's fine.
It was a great day.
That was a great day.
I feel like every musician dreams of is winning that award.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was special.
Let me ask you, what changed after you won the Grammy versus like I would say I know you have a specific mindset prior to a Grammy Award, like winning a Grammy.
Yeah.
So what was the mindset after?
Oh man, I got cocky and everybody. Nah, what really happened was just more work and more responsibility. I think the responsibility was hard only because the expectations are a lot higher. So when people come into the room with you, they expect a certain caliber of music. And so when you don't deliver, they was like, "Oh, this is the guy that," So that in itself was scary. Other than that, I mean, it's fun. Like I love creating, I love music. So I mean, it's what I do, for work, and it's what I do for fun at home, and I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, solid. So in terms of, I know you just said home, and you are a father. That's the real award.
Damn.
Holla at you because that's
two of them things. That's what I always tell people. I got two of them things.
But no, I want to know about the grind after you won the Grammy and then after you had your babies as well. Like, what do you feel like changed you more, winning the Grammy or having your babies?
What changed me more? Honestly, man, great question. You know what? Probably the kids.
Okay.
I think the kids only because time management got a really good grasp on time management when I had my kids. It was important for me to really manage my time.
Yeah.
I think the importance of time started to really be important to me once my first child came out.
Okay.
I think, yes, I've always had tenacity. And I've always been that guy that's always been like, oh, Zaire works so hard, and but I was somewhat lazy at sometimes because I knew I had all the time in the world before I had my children. So I could go and, make a track and go work, but then go out and do whatever I did.
Right.
But now it's like, oh no, I have to get home to my family. I have to get home to my kids. So I have to make sure that everything I do here today is important and I need to make sure I'm on top of it. So once I had my children, that's what happened. My time became way more important.
Yeah.
So I don't like wasting my time. So if I go into a session and we don't get anything done, I'm not upset, but I do understand that I could have spent that time
with my babies
at home.
1000%. What's going on, y'all? Hope y'all enjoying this conversation. If you haven't already, join the school community below. We've done over $500 million in deals and counting. If you want to know about vending, AI automations, real estate, being a loan officer, we got Grammy Award winners in there. So if you do music, everything that you can think of to actually build wealth and get to it, we have it inside this group. Proven. Click the link below. I'm giving you a 7-day free trial. Let's go. So I guess what I take from that is you found the importance of your, I mean, I feel like you already knew the importance of your time, but this would just magnify it in the sense of like, I could spend this time, specifically what I'm giving to you, with my children.
Right.
And so now everything I do must be like efficient. I need
Right.
everything I do needs to be efficient, because this time that I'm using with any artist or anybody in the studio can be spent with my children, right?
Right, of course.
Okay. And then so I guess, so I know you were grinding prior to the Grammy. I know you had, like you said, you had the tenacity. Did you ever see yourself like, I'm gonna win a Grammy? Like, was that the goal at the beginning? Like, I'm doing this for the Grammy, or was it just like, I love doing this. If a Grammy happens, it happens? Or...
Man, you know what? When I started my musical journey back in high school, I used to recite my Grammy speech. I used to recite it. I used to always tell my boy Jamal, how are we gonna like act when we get up on stage, and what are we gonna say, and how we, as a kid, you're like foolish. You'd be like, oh, I'm gonna thank God, but I also want to thank my mom. Like, so yes, it was instilled in me that I was gonna win a Grammy one day, and it's still instilled in me that I will win more Grammys. I don't want to stop at just a one and then Grammy nominated for another. No, I want to continue to win and continue to flourish in this world of music, in this industry.
So I guess like, where do you think that inspiration, that drive came from? Like, who poured into you to influence you early?
It's innately in me. As a child, like, my parents put me in everything from sports, arts, acting, anything you could think of. My parents put me in it to see what stuck. And they put me in front of a piano, and they put me in saxophone classes and music classes, and that stuck. And then my dad came home one day and was like, hey, you can make beats off of this CD. And I literally looked at him and said, what is making beats? Literally looked at him, and he was like, oh, it's that stuff Pac and Snoop rap on. It's beats. Like, oh, okay, cool. Like, all right, that's cool. And so put the CD into my computer. Back then, we had to download from a CD. It wasn't just buy a VST and then it works. No, you gotta, right.
We might be aging ourselves.
We're aging ourselves right now. You gotta buy a CD, put it in your computer, download the program, or the DAW, and start working. And I did that, and I did that for, a couple of hours that day, the day I got it. Burned those beats that I made on a CD, took them to school the next day, played them for, everybody in high school and our middle school at that time was a rapper. So we all rapped. So I was like, oh, I made these beats. Like, we can rap over these. And my boy, Robert, I love you, Rob. I always tell this to everyone, my boy, Robert Anderson.
Shout out to Rob Anderson.
He told me, he looked me in my eyes and said, yo, these beats are whack. And so that day I was like, oh, okay, well, let me get better at it. And here we are. Literally what happened. I tell that story to everyone. Yeah, let me tell that story. Let me get better at it. Let me see. Let me prove Rob wrong. And of course I proved Rob wrong. I love you, Rob. That's my boy. I'm not trying up here trying to throw Rob under the bus.
We need that fire lit under this, Rob. We good.
Rob is doing very well for himself, so he's doing great. I love Rob. So eventually we landed on Rob is where the initial catalyst happened.
Yeah.
But after that, my inspirations came from the greats, the Pharrells, the Timbalands, the Quincy Joneses, the Jimmy Jams and Terry Lewis's, Pop and Oak. And also whatever I liked, I mimicked. I learned. You know what I mean? That was my guide. I was guided by what I liked. You know what I mean? And what influenced me. So,
Yeah. So my thing is like, in that, and I know Rob told you like those are whack, but was there no.
He did. He's like, yo, man, these are trash.
No, I know Rob told you those were whack, but was there any, this is a serious question. Like, was there any time that you were like, man, I'm about to give up. I'm good off this. Like, I'm about to pull back. Like,
1,000%.
Okay.
1,000%.
Can you go through that a little bit?
Yeah, of course. I was working at Converse and got fired. And I'm not going to say I took that pretty hard, but that contributed to, at the time where I was at in music. At that time, I stopped working with a longtime partner. I was working with a rapper a lot named Sean Christopher, and we worked a lot. To the point where we were going to Miami, we were going to different cities, states, working. He was traveling. He had just got signed to Timbaland. It was a lot. It was a lot going on. Like, he was doing some big stuff. Yeah. And after a couple of months, we stopped working, and and I was at Converse exclusively and loved working for Converse, but I was let go. And that thought of being let go, and also me thinking about not doing music as often as I used to, I thought, man, like, where am I at in life? Like, at that time, I think I was like 4 years removed from 30. And I'm like, I can't just be at my mom's house and not doing anything. I have to do something. So I was like, maybe I can go back to school. And Hoku, my girl, she was like, no, don't give up. Like, continue to follow your dream and, you know, work at it. Just keep going. Like, it's right there. And yeah, around that time, I was telling her, like, I want to give up. I don't want to do this. I can't. Nothing was working out for me. I wasn't making that much money off of it, and I was ready to give up. Yeah.
So was there any point in that you felt God tell you to, like,
I
move
prayed.
and keep? He said, I prayed.
I prayed. God didn't tell me anything. God didn't tell me anything until I started praying. And that's because you know, closed mouths don't get fed.
Come on, Z.
So
come on, tell the people.
So once I started praying, things started happening.
Yep.
Literally. And when it happened was thanks to your wife. Yes. Really? Because the music that TJ and I and Lo were doing, or Charlie,
I got you,
were doing, that's the music that was heard by someone who pointed me in the right direction. But in order to get to that place, I didn't quit. I had to keep going. I had to work with the people that I was familiar with. And as I was working with the people I was familiar with, I was also praying, like, is this for me? I love it. I enjoy it. I'm passionate about it. And I do it even when I don't make money off of it. I got to live. I have to make a living for myself.
Of course.
I have to feed myself.
Of course.
And if my passion isn't feeding me, I have to go elsewhere.
Of course.
And that's where I was going.
That's that crossroad.
That was the crossroads. And so, of course, yeah, in any dire moment, people find their way. And my way was praying. And that's what I did.
God is good. That's so fire. And shout out to Charlie Lotus. Y'all go download.
Yeah, go download Charlie. Yeah, but that's literally.
No, I appreciate it. So he worked with, my bad, excuse me. He worked with John Legend, Lizzo, Demi Lovato, and Charlie Lotus.
I gotta throw in Charlie, man.
Gotta throw baby
no, but seriously, the music that I did with Charlie is what pointed me in the right direction.
That's fire.
I'm sure I've told her that before.
Yeah.
But yeah, that pointed me in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's fire, bro. And that's so dope. I know she's going to love to hear that.
Yeah, 100%.
My thing is this. I know, and we talked about the music and we talked about the success you've had with it. And, you know, sometimes feeling like there's a place to kind of give up, and you did pray. What would you say influenced your drive? Like, I know some people are like, okay, yeah, like you're saying, I gotta eat, right? But there has to be something like deeper. Like mine was like, I can't fail. I'm not gonna fail at this. I put too much time and effort into this specific thing to fail, and I know that I didn't get here not to do this. Like that for me, that was with basketball. Right. So like for you, did you have that same type of feeling?
I did. I think when I was younger, it was, I wanted what we all saw in rappers. I wanted the cars, the boats, the planes. I wanted all that. That's what I wanted. And I was like, oh, I can do music and get all that stuff. Great. Like, I love doing music and I'm passionate about it. So yeah, I want to go out and get cars, the houses, the boats, the girls, everything. I wanted that.
Yeah.
But then it got to a point where I'm like, oh no, I want to learn. Like, I wanted to just, my passion then, or the fires then turned to, I just want to learn how to get better at this. Like rapping didn't work out for me, but production is something that I think I'm good at because people tell me I'm good at it. So let me get to a point where I'm learning more and understanding music theory and understanding frequency and the science behind how to create production. And that fueled the fire.
That's fire.
Yeah, that fueled the fire to where I was waking up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, making music.
Yeah.
Going to sleep at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Making music.
And I think people don't understand about that. And I would love for you, I want to hear your perspective on it, but this didn't start when you won the Grammy and you were getting paid. I think that's what needs to be clear. Waking up at 6 a.m. and doing the things you were doing and going to bed at 2 a.m, that wasn't like, all those weren't paid jobs.
No, it wasn't.
Those were paid jobs.
I was living at my mother's house in Ladera Heights.
Come on.
In my bedroom, upstairs, constantly making beats,
Yeah.
constantly making music,
Yeah.
constantly working with people,
Yep.
constantly networking, meeting people, constantly doing what I needed to do. So that kid in me who was in the car driving to whatever job he had at the time, reciting a Grammy speech, his dreams can get fulfilled. I did all of that for that. I didn't get to say the speech, but I did win the Grammy.
You want to say it right now?
I want to thank God and my mama. That was the speech.
The official Grammy
thank God
speech.
and my mama and my parents, or my dad.
Look, you heard it here first.
Yeah, I'm joking.
No, that's fire. No, I think with something you said is really important. I think that you said I prayed, and I think that a lot of times people don't believe there's that much power in prayer. And I think you're a testament to that. Like, you prayed and you got where you at. You won a Grammy.
Right.
And I'm not saying like you just prayed and didn't put in the work. You said right now, I woke up at 6 a.m. I did the work and I prayed.
Right.
And then now look where you're at. Grammy nominated and Grammy Award winning. And I think that's just a testament to the hard work and the faith that you had in God. And I just look at it like, from a standpoint of, from the outside looking in, there's not a lot of people like you. There's people that try to get like you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are striving to get to that point. What information or game would you give them in terms of to keep going, not to give up, but also like some things they might need to know about the music industry in getting started?
Oh, man.
That was a pat question.
Don't give up on your passion.
Okay.
What's tough about the music industry is that it's all about who you know. If you know the right person and you're pointing in the right direction, of course you're going to flourish.
Right.
Something's going to happen.
Right.
But if you don't go out and meet those people, nothing will happen. You have to, on top of being a creator, you have to be social. You have to go out, which is something that I lost as I have gotten my whole body submerged into this industry.
I got you.
You know, I am treading for water every day I'm in a session. I am exhausted mentally. I want to go home and relax. But everybody still goes out and networks and you meet people, because there are people out there who are, 16, 17 who are just as talented as you are, and you have to meet these kids. Like, they're doing something new that you want to learn from.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just as much as you want to learn from the GOATs, you want to learn from these emerging artists and emerging producers and emerging songwriters. You got to go out there and you got to talk to new people and meet new people. So for people who feel like they're gonna give up, the thing is how you stop feeling like you want to give up is by going out there and meeting people who are doing the exact same thing as you, because they're gonna hold you accountable. You know what I mean?
So a community, essentially. Don't try to think you have to do it all by yourself.
No, man. Right. Timbaland said the greats collaborate, the legends collaborate. You think Beyonce out there just doing records at home by herself? No, Beyonce is out there. She has a team of people.
She started in a group.
But she has a team of people who contribute to the title Beyonce. That make Beyonce who Beyonce is. Beyonce, again, is a person who has tenacity.
Of course.
And I don't know, I'm not sitting up here saying I know Beyonce, but the thing is, we can all feel like we know Beyonce because Beyonce is pretty much in our household at this point. Like, she is a known figure, and not only the music industry, but around the world.
Of course.
Socially, Beyonce is Beyonce because of who she surrounds herself with, her circle. So I always say, when people feel like they're down on themselves, the circle that you were in is the most important thing. Because if it wasn't for Hoku, or if it wasn't for the people around me who told me don't give up, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. Honestly, I probably wouldn't even know you.
Man.
Like, you gotta surround yourself with the people who are gonna get you to the next level.
I think that's fire. And I think one thing that I've pulled from just this short stint of talking is, yeah, you put in the work.
Yes.
Yeah, you prayed.
Yes.
but you also networked.
A
And
1,000%.
we're not even just looking at it biblically. We're not even called to do things by ourselves in the first place.
Yeah.
So we're not even called to do things by ourselves in the first place.
Right.
We're called to gather together. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
We're called to do that. So I think even when you're speaking about that, I look at it like, okay, that's 1,000% correct. Like that's what you need to grow. And I think that's even for me, like with basketball, I had people who I worked with in the summer that got me better
Right.
for this season.
Of course.
You feel what I'm saying? I didn't go and just I worked by myself. Like I went and played against people who were better than me. Then
Right.
okay, I learned from them.
Right.
I took things from them. And I played people who weren't as good as me. And I
Right.
still learned how to improve moves that I was doing, or maybe take a move from them that they did that I like. You know what I mean? So I think that like it's similar in a lot of different aspects, but the main thing is who you know, the amount of work you put in, and last but not least is your faith. And I think that that's really important, just to show like the result of that.
Yes.
It's a Grammy.
Yeah.
I think that's really hard. So prior, I know you were thinking about Grammy speech and everything when you were hustling. And no, for sure. But how do you measure success now versus when you were younger?
Happiness.
Mm.
Happy.
Mm.
What makes me happy?
What makes you happy?
The Grammy was great, but now I work with people who make me happy to create music.
That's fire.
You know what I mean? That's important to me.
That's fire.
That's really important to me. It's happiness. Yeah.
So outside of music, what makes you happy, I guess?
My family,
Of course.
my friends,
Mm.
food.
Amen to that.
I love food, man. I wouldn't say I'm a foodie, but I love food.
I got you.
Yeah. I always tell people there's two things whenever I travel internationally. I always tell people, yo, point me in two directions. Where's the good food and where's the hood?
Look.
Oh, yeah.
Want to stay away from what you don't do.
Actually, no. I kind of like to go and see.
Oh.
I actually like to go and see, like, what does your hood look like?
Mm.
What does the hood of Korea look like?
Mm.
Literally, I told them, point me in the direction of what the hood in Korea, Seoul, Korea looks like.
Mm.
Yeah. And it's no different.
Yeah.
No different. It's no different from Los Angeles, California. It's no different from Miami. It's no different from Sydney, Australia. It's no different.
Mm.
Poverty is poverty.
Yeah.
The color may look different. And when I say color, the color of the people may look different.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, a majority of the people are people that have been displaced.
Yeah.
Who were originally in these areas and have been displaced.
Yeah.
But poverty is poverty. It all looks the same. And you know, it's a humbling experience to go and see where you didn't think you came from, but you came from. And then just going and knowing that I don't want this to sound bad, but I don't want to go.
That's I hear you. That's it.
You know what I mean?
Everybody finds inspiration in different places.
Right.
I think that as you being a creative, that's important. And I think even the way you looked at that is different. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, okay, I'm and I'm thinking from a parent, like if I go out there with my family, I'm not going to the hood. Like just like you feel what I'm saying, I'm probably gonna go try to get something to eat. Or I might actually take my babies to the hood and they can see it and like, look, we got to get everything together. Like this is where
my dad did that to me several times.
And see, my dad did that to me in terms of, so my dad in his line of work, he let me see that this is not where I want to be, and I need to work hard. So he used his line of work to show me like this is what it looked like.
Right.
So like a reality check. So I guess in a sense, I do see you. I understand. Like a drive-by. I wouldn't, just because I have all girls, I think that I would just try to keep, I want to keep that. I'm not going, you feel what I'm saying? I keep it safe, but like a drive-by, y'all can see what it is and y'all can understand it. I definitely agree with that.
Let's get back to, get back to the West Side.
What they say this food place was?
Yeah, right.
Let's go. And sometimes the best food place be in the hood, so it'd be crazy.
That's crazy. Listen, that too.
Them hole in the wall joints.
Hole in the wall joints.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
And they ain't gonna hit you over the top of the head for the price. And they gonna give you a nice serving too.
They gonna give you a nice little serving. They gonna smile at you.
So no, yeah, I feel that. I think what intrigues me about you, bro, is the way you even look at that. Where do you feel like you got your, I don't know, like your, I would say creative drive, but I would just like say your eye for creativity? Like, where do you think that came from? Is that like God given, or do you think that you acquired it from your different experiences? Like, I know you travel, you've been to Africa, Korea, you've been to all these different places.
Never been to Africa.
You ain't been to Africa?
No, never been to Africa. That's Ghana's on the list for next year though.
Okay, so you're gonna go to Africa.
Yeah. And I'm finally going to Europe adjacent.
Okay,
a couple weeks.
But you've been to Europe, correct?
Never been to Europe.
You haven't been to Europe?
Nah. Only 2 continents I've never been to.
Where have you been?
I've been to every continent except for Africa and Europe.
Really?
Yes. I've been everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And was that because of music?
Yes.
Wow. That's amazing, right?
Yeah, it is.
And so music has taken you globally.
Yes.
What do you feel like do you think that that's contributed to your creative process? Like being like global, traveling around the globe, do you think that's contributed to your creative process? Or do you think that's just something that's innate inside you?
Yeah, no, it's definitely contributed because music sounds different in every area, every region of the world. I mean, I'm not creating what I would create in LA, and I'm not creating what I would create in Indonesia, out in Australia and South America. Like, everything is different. You know what I mean? When I work with a Brazilian artist, for the most part, a lot of Brazilian artists want ballet funk. And I can't do, well, in Korea you could do ballet funk, but it's not, rhythmically it's different. You know what I mean? Like ballet funk in there's a unique rhythm in Brazil that you have to stick to. And when you do ballet funk in Brazil, you got to stick to that rhythm.
Okay.
But you can use the sounds, the ballet funk sounds in Korea, but the rhythm would be different. Essentially, all the sounds are different. You know what I mean? So yeah, yes, I am absorbing knowledge from different parts of the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken, like, I guess, things you've learned in these different places and then made a song out here in the States?
1,000%.
Was it a banger?
I wouldn't say all my songs are bangers, but they're good.
I got
They're good. I made some good songs.
What would Rob say?
Well, Rob ain't got no say now. Because whenever Rob speaks, I just hold that Grammy up. It'll be like, what you say? I can't hear you pass this Grammy, bro. No, I'm joking.
No, that's fine.
We love Rob.
We love Rob.
You gotta stop hating on Rob.
I got you, Rob. We just play Rob. Yeah. So, and I take it the same way. Like, I've been to different countries. I've traveled around, and I got an appreciation.
What was your favorite place?
My favorite place?
Yeah.
I would have to, and people are going to like probably flip about this.
Yeah.
It would probably be Mexico.
Fire.
Or Thailand.
Oh, fire.
And they're 2 different reasons though.
Yeah.
Thailand, I love the simplicity. I love how simple the people were and what they needed in their day-to-days to be happy. I think that was a real humbling experience for me. Because a lot of them, I think they live off like $3 a day or something like that, or a week or something crazy like that. But it was a low amount.
Wow.
It was a super low amount. And I think even going out there getting the meal and like seeing how much food I got for the amount I paid, I was like, oh wow.
How was the food? Come on.
Banging, boy.
Come on.
And it just tastes so much different.
Yeah.
I know people come out here and have Thai food and like, okay, this is Thai food. And then when you go out there, it's not called Thai food, it's food.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like,
can't go to Thailand and ask for Thai food.
Like, what you talking about?
Thai food,
like, so
you can go anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
But then also, like, even with Mexico, it was real simplistic. Mexico was real like loving. And I think people will probably be shocked at that, but Mexico was real like a home feeling. They're real like family oriented. They're real like take you in. Here's a home cooked meal. Here's homemade tortillas. Here's like and the food they put fire. Yeah, let me tell you that's fire. Yeah. That's fire. But they make a lot of stuff naturally, organically. The fruits and vegetables, they're not taking stuff out the package. They're like making everything. Right. You know what I mean? And I think I enjoyed that. And just like you're on the street, you can go sit down and grab something to eat at a taco stand and not worry about like, oh, I'm not looking at and it's weird, but like I'm not looking at a rating for the food. Like I'm not do you have your license or whatever? I'm like, no, let me get some tacos.
Right.
And it's normal. And then the tacos are like
they're good.
Banging, bro.
Yeah.
It's just a good time, bro. And I think that I got to see a different perspective of life. And coming from where I come from, it humbles you. It humbles you because the things that you think are normal sometimes aren't normal. They're normal to you in your daily life, but they're not normal to people that are in different countries. And I think it's essential for people to travel and see that there's a different way of life than what they're used to. And then that'll make them appreciate what they have or push them to get whatever they see. And that's just how I feel about it. My personal experience, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's just how I feel. But I think we're similar in the fact that like our professions have taken us around the world. So we were blessed to go ahead and travel the world and then do what we love and then get paid to be at a specific place.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's like a triple whammy. Like
it is.
Usually
great.
I don't, because paying for the ticket, paying for the stay, paying for the food, paying for all that. And I was blessed to not have to do any of that and still get the perks of being somewhere else.
Yeah.
And getting the experience. So I think that really kind of changed me.
Were you in Mexico City?
So I was in a lot of different places in Mexico. So I played in Tamaulipas. I played in Culiacan, which is like, it's the people who know Mexico, that they're going to be like, oh.
Right.
Yeah. I was in Ciudad Victoria. I played in Aguascalientes. I played in Monterrey. I played in Mazatlan. I played in Mexico. There was All-Star games in Mexico City. I was an All-Star out there. So I did play in Mexico City. I stayed in Mexico City. Mexico City is one of the biggest cities.
Man, from what I've seen, it's a very beautiful city.
Vibrant, amazing. Like if you saw a skylight picture of Mexico City, you would think it's a big city in the States.
Right.
So people have a misconception of what Mexico actually is because of the things that are portrayed. I think Mexico is an amazing place. I think that like everywhere has a hood, like we talked about. But I think if you mind your business and you stay in your lane, I think that's what life is about. Like, just stay in your lane. Don't worry about everybody else.
I don't mind my business.
You don't mind your business.
I was like, take me over there, bro.
But going over there, that's not minding your business. I think going over there and being in things that you shouldn't be in is mine.
What I mean, 100%.
Like experiencing places. I don't think that's not minding your business. I just think that like you're not about to go and it be like a situation. You get the car like, hey guys, what's up? Like we're not doing that.
You're not doing that.
Right. And that's what I mean by minding your business. We cool. Like we not doing that. So
I find a food spot, go there, kind of scope it out. Okay.
And see,
okay.
And you go in there and you're respectful. I think people thrive on respect, and I think respect is universal. So I think, and you're gonna, there's
definitely tuck, we
ain't stupid.
I'm not stupid now.
We ain't gonna be like, hey, ball it out. I got stories about that. We can't share that on the pod, but it's crazy. And that's, but like just being, I think leading with respect and humility will get you a long way in any culture, in any country.
Yeah, anything.
And I think that's what just people want. They want respect, and they see somebody black and different from what they look like, or even the same but maybe speak different. And they're like, they want to.
That experience is wild too. Coming out from the United States and going to a different country where there aren't as many black people or people that look like us.
Yeah.
And they see you.
Yeah.
They are enamored.
Yeah.
They really want to like take pictures and like come, bro.
Been to China?
I've been to I haven't been to China. Yeah, but I was in Korea. The first time I went to Korea, this was like, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago or 5 years ago. This guy on the road, on the street, just walked up to me, and I mean, there was a group of us. I mean, I'm in the pop space, so a majority of the people that I work with just so happen to be white, and there's a handful of black people, and but at this time it was just me, the one black person, and amongst maybe like 3 or 4 white people.
Yeah, I got you.
and this Korean dude came up to me, and at this time I had a full beard.
Man,
came up to me and was just grabbed my face, like it was just just like.
Wait, he grabbed your face?
Grabbed it, and I kind of had to smack his hand and was like, "Yo, bro,
what's the deal?"
What? But the thing is this though, you go to Korea, and how many black people do you see?
Right.
You don't. And I mean, this last time I went, it seemed like I was just a regular person. I don't know why people were just kind of like walking past. I'm not walking past me like they didn't acknowledge me or anything like that, but like, that first time I went, it felt like I was just this, oh my gosh, like this black person.
Yeah.
It's here. Like,
and that's how it is.
Yeah. But I mean, same situation in Australia. I mean, real quick, got like a 10-second story. I was at a club after we did a session, went to a club. We got taken to a club, and I was getting a drink at the bar, and this guy comes up to me and starts talking to me. And he said, as we were talking, he was like, oh, well, what part of Africa are you from? And I was like, at this time, I don't know. He was like, looked at me like, what? Confused, like, what do you mean you don't know? Like, like, what part of Africa are you from? Like, did you hear what I said? Like, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, and he literally said, how do you not know? I think he thought I was joking with him. And I was like, well, I don't know if you know American history, but a majority Black Americans or don't know where they're from.
Yeah.
We were born and raised in America.
Yeah.
So you ask somebody what part of Africa they're from, they're, for the most part, I mean, nowadays a lot of African Americans know because, you know, you've done Ancestry or 23andMe or something. But, you know, then it was just like, I don't know.
But then a lot of times, too, people don't know, and this is my belief, people can say what they want, but I think Black people are already here, too. I don't think it was just there was no Black people here.
Right.
But I did want to ask you a question. In all of the things you do in terms of like music and in creating, how do you not get burnt out?
Going back to the circle you're in. You go out and you get inspired. You go out and you network. You go get online, get on Instagram, get on YouTube, and you find new music, something that will inspire you and spark something. That's how I don't get burnt out. Do I get burnt out? Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. But in those moments, I mean, if I got a session the next day, I can't be burnt out the next day.
You got to figure it out.
So you got to figure it out. Yeah.
That is tough. I think I really want to know this. If your children had to remember something about you and the legacy you left, what would you want them to specifically remember? My
mistakes.
Ooh-wee.
What did Dad do wrong? And what can I improve on? I was just talking to my dad about that. And my dad was great. I mean, he was there.
Yeah.
That you can't get any better than that.
Right.
Be there.
Right.
And my dad was there for everything.
Yeah.
Both my parents.
I got you.
But I did tell him, this is a very small thing, and I'm not even going to say it.
I got you.
But he did something when I was younger, and it wasn't like bad. Like, I'm not saying like he did something bad, but it was just something that now I'm like, you know what, I'll say what it is. It's small. Like, my dad would pick me up from school, and he wouldn't talk to me. And it wasn't like he wouldn't talk to me because he didn't want to talk to me. He just was so invested in what was going on the radio that he wouldn't say anything to me. Not until we got home. It isn't like he didn't speak to me. We spoke when we got home. Then it was all good, buddy. You know what I mean? Yeah. But in the car, like, whatever was on that radio, he didn't speak. And I'm like, and I felt like remembering as a kid, I took it to heart. Now I'm like, oh no, he was just listening to the radio. Like, no harm, no foul. But that's something that stuck with me. So every time I pick my kid, or whenever I get a chance to pick up my son, I would talk to him. I ask him, like, yo, how was your day? You know what I mean? Even when he wanted to listen to his favorite song, he loves Uptown Funk right now. That's his jam. He loves Bruno Mars and Mark Ronson. But I would always just speak to him. I would try to get in some questions, talk to him. How was school? What did you learn? Like, or he's not in school. I'm sorry. He's at daycare. I was like, how was daycare? And what did you learn? Like, what did you watch? Like, yeah. So, yes, mistakes. Whatever mistake I have made as a parent, please learn from that and don't do it. Go with it as you will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all, make sure y'all like, follow, subscribe, share. Send this to somebody who's interested in music, who wants to even grow their brand, their popularity. Send this to them so they can learn how somebody actually who's done it is getting it done currently. Another question.
Yeah.
It's about the kiddos.
Okay, what's up?
What would you prefer them inherit? Your mindset or your money?
My money.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Money. You learn, like I said, learn what you will from me. I mean, learn everything you can from me. Take bits and pieces, throw others away. I'm human.
Yeah.
We make mistakes. I've done things that I shouldn't have done, and I've done great things that I should have done.
Okay.
But what I'm leaving behind is a legacy. Not a lot of Black Americans can do that financially. Leave wealth behind. That is what the Rockefellers did. That is what a lot of Americans do. A lot of people that don't look like us. They buy homes. They start off that wealth journey. They get trust.
Okay.
They get retirement.
Yep.
They get whatever they need to get in order to leave generational wealth or any type of finance behind.
Yeah. And so, speaking of finance, I guess, I know people probably want to know, like, what, if you don't mind disclosing this, what has been like your biggest payday from music? Like
the biggest amount of money?
The biggest payday from music. Yeah. Like a check, like a check. The first check you got was like, oh, this is what music do.
Oh, well, I mean, I can't give dollar amounts.
That's okay.
But yeah, there was a big payday for, I mean, Sorry Not Sorry record. Demi Lovato was a big record for us. Those were... Listen. Listen, my auntie, God rest her soul, she told me, she was like, you know what, Will's my first name, Zaire's my middle name. So she was like, you know what, Will, you may have one hit and that's it. And that will be your career's one hit. And, you know, that's how you'll make your living. But she said, best believe if it's a top 10 song, it's going to change your life.
Yeah.
It'll be a life-changing thing.
Was it?
It changed my life.
Wow.
It changed my life.
God is amazing.
I will say that. I will say this. This is I always tell people, and it's funny, but it's funny, but it really happened. I would get checks. The checks will come into the mail. It was lots of checks. Checks at some point didn't stop. Like I was having checks that were going to my mom's house and going to my primary residence in my mom's house. My mom would come drop checks off as I'm pulling checks out of the mailbox. Like that's where it got to. And I got a check. At this point, I was living in Santa Monica, and I got a check, and I went to a Chase Bank, who I still Chase Bank with, and I had this check, and I just wanted to deposit it because I think the ATM machine outside was like down, wasn't working. Yeah. So I had to go into the bank and physically deposit the check. So I went out like, hey, I want to deposit the check, and she didn't hear me well. She heard I want to cash this check, and she looked at it, and she's like, I'm sorry, sir, there isn't enough money in this bank to cash it for you. And I was like, what are you saying?
That's fire.
I was like, no, don't cash it, deposit it. She's like, oh.
That's fire.
That, like when I say a hit, a top 10 record will change your life.
That's fire, bro.
Yeah.
That's heat, bro.
I can't tell you the amount.
No, we can keep that low.
But it was good.
Okay.
It was good.
That's solid.
It was good. It was a blessing. It was a blessing.
Okay, so I know we talked about building wealth, and so outside of music, what have you done specifically to build wealth?
When you get large lump sums of money, you just don't go out and spend it unless you're spending it on the right things for write-offs.
Right.
But outside of music, you're going to have to figure it out. You're going to have to diversify your portfolio. A lot of people told me that. Just diversify your portfolio. So what does that mean? That consists of going out and buying and investing. So you go out and you buy, or let's start off small. You invest in stocks. What does that mean? You go out and you open up a brokerage account with E-Trade or with Charles Schwab, or keep it small. Robinhood.
Right.
Invest your money.
Or you can go Vanguard, something like that.
Or Vanguard. Whatever platform that, pleases you at that moment, just go out and do that. I did that. Then I want to expand from there. What else can I do? Oh, do you have life insurance? I don't. Oh, okay. Well, these are some life insurance policies.
Yep.
Cool. Which was the best one for you? I don't know. I like try a whole life. Okay, I'll do it. I opened up 2 whole life insurance policies.
Yep.
Well, I opened up one, and then a year later, I opened up another one because I wanted to contribute more money.
Oh, exactly.
So I did that. Okay, what else can I do? Well, my mom always told me an IRA. That's something that she always instilled in me when I started working with Oak Felder. Love you, Oak. That's a guy that I'm signed to under the orphanage. Ever since then, she was like, well, once the money starts pouring in, get retirement. IRA. Cool. Did that. I contribute to it every single year. Matter of fact, I'm about to go over to a SAP IRA because you can contribute more yearly. What else can I do? Oh, where does wealth start? Property, land. Okay. Cool. Let's buy a house. Cool. Let's do it. Bought a house. I love buying a house. Let's buy another one. Buy another. Okay, we have 2. Right. What else can we do? Section 8. Okay, met my boy Jamie. Jamie, who's an amazing producer that also works with me. He told me, hey, I have this friend who, helps people buy Section 8 homes. Oh, great. Where are the homes at? Alabama. I don't care. Is it a good investment? Yeah, you can make a couple $100s a month. And if you continue to buy and continue to buy more roofs and buy more Section 8 homes, that goes from 100 to thousands to 10,000s, and hopefully, it becomes a significant business.
And then for people who don't understand, in terms of, he's talking about the passive income you get from the rent, but also he's about to say it, maybe he's not, but he also is going to gain equity in those properties as well as time goes on. Right. So that's something that comes with owning property. He also, when it comes to his life insurance policies, and since he has whole life policies, he can also borrow from those policies if need be, and then he could take what he borrowed, reinvest it while the money's still sitting in the life insurance policy, gaining the interest that it's gaining.
Right.
But that's just
no, thank you. I appreciate that. No, I appreciate you. Yeah. I know I kind of skimmed out.
No.
I fast forward.
He wasn't supposed to go in there. I just wanted to let the people know who are watching, who are like, okay, that's a lot. Like, you're throwing all these investments at them. I want them to know that there's ways to build wealth, and this is like the proper way to do it by having different investments that are honestly still paying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because we got to think, in the music industry, just as fast as money comes is just as fast as money goes.
Right.
Especially if you're going out there and you're buying, and I loved this car. I loved having an Audi e-tron. Like, I loved that car.
Yeah.
But paying $800 a month for a car just financially didn't make sense to me anymore. Right. And this was before the kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I just didn't feel like it was necessary. So I started to then understand what are the necessities to stay financially credible, I guess, or
comfortable. Like financially responsible.
Well, right. Staying financially responsible. Like, what are the things I should be doing? I'm not sitting up here saying that I don't have $50 million in the bank. That's not what I have.
Right.
I have a good amount of money to live and to take care of my family and make sure that my kids are good.
Right.
But it's financially irresponsible to go out there and buy $100,000 car.
Right.
And you don't have $10 million in the bank. Now, to me, that's just doesn't financially make sense. If I had $2 million in the bank, yeah, of course. Like, let's go out there and let's splurge a little bit. Let me enjoy the Audi. Yeah, right. Because Audi is a comfortable, luxurious car.
Right.
And I'm not saying that the cars that I have now aren't. I enjoy having Teslas, but the Audi, there's something about what Volkswagen does.
Yeah.
That company is a great company.
Right.
That Audi was comfortable. Not saying nothing bad about Tesla.
Right.
I'm just saying that Audi was a great car.
I got you.
But financially, at that time, it just didn't make sense, and I should not have gotten that car.
I got you.
Yeah.
And then sometimes everybody, we all make mistakes.
We all make.
I went and got me a Benz, and I was like, "What are we doing paying this for this bid? Like, we gotta figure this shit. We gotta get this back. I can't get this car, man."
Like, I don't have. I always tell people, you know what? Let's rewind back. You asked me what fueled my fire. Mm-hmm. You know what fueled my fire back then?
What?
Was also not only just getting the cars, the boats, and the girls, and the houses, and all that.
Yeah.
I wanted Oprah's number.
Oh.
I always told people, I am not going to stop until I get Oprah Winfrey's number.
That's fire.
And I always said that. And they understood what I meant when I said that. That's the circle. That's the circle. That's the circle you want to be around, and go get it.
Do you have Oprah's number?
I do not have Oprah Winfrey's
number. So we ain't going to stop then.
No, we're not stopping. But Oprah is just, it's not just about Oprah.
Yeah.
It's the circle.
Yeah.
What circle is Jay-Z and all these people in? And the Steve Ballmers. They're in a circle, and the Rich Pauls. Like, there's a circle. Mm-hmm. And I'm not in that circle yet.
Right.
And
he said, yeah, I just want y'all to hear that.
Yeah, I'm not in that circle yet. So once I get to that caliber, you know what I mean? And $1 billion, man, that's, we wish to have $1 billion. I mean, if you shoot for $1 billion and you're only in the hundreds of millions.
Be cool. We say comic code is cool.
I'm still good.
All right.
I'm still good. Like, I shot for the billions and I landed here. Oh, I'm not mad.
Right.
I'm not mad. And I would say people who get to that $10 million mark, the chances of you getting to that next mark, which would be $100 million.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds far away, but it's
really not.
To me, in my mind, it's possible.
It is very possible.
It's possible.
Especially if you have the right investments.
Right.
I think that people, I don't want to say where they fail to realize, but like once you get, so I think it's hard to get the 10K. Then once you get the 10K, that first of all, that 10K is
10K was tough.
Then you get the 100K, like that's a bit tougher. But and to get to that million with that 100K, I feel like if you don't know your purpose and you're not focused, it's tough too. But I feel like once you get to that M, there's different ways to diversify to where it just accumulates over time.
Yes.
And I think that's the biggest thing.
Faster.
Yeah. So I think it takes so much dedication and focus and like just like them 6 a.m.s to 2 a.m. It takes so many of those to get to that point that when you get to that point, you're like, man, I remember what I did to get here, and we got to make this smart investment so we don't have to go back. And I'm not saying there's nothing about the work, because like I think that work never stops, but more so like have to go back financially to that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because it's a difference when you like you're grinding and you know what you got versus, I mean, not know what you have. It's a difference when you grind and you have attained a little bit of what your goal is,
Right.
versus when you have nothing. I think it's like nature. I think some people like Kobe, I feel like it's different, right? Like Kobe had that same grind. He rich, had everything, but he still had that same grind. Body just kind of broke down. RP to Kobe. But I think that there's a saying, like, it's hard to keep getting up when you're sleeping on silk sheets. No, like
That's real.
It's hard. It's easy
real.
to wake up when you sleeping on the floor, though.
Right.
You sleeping on the floor, like, man, let's get this grind. I can't sleep on this floor. No.
Right.
On a mattress on the floor, but it's hard. Like when it's plush, everything's soft. Somebody bring you some food, you like,
you're comfortable.
You feel me? And I think that's a big. I think that
I touched on that a little bit earlier. I said when it got to a place where I was comfortable in sessions, and I mean this was post hit records,
right?
Now I could just go home because I'm Zaire.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
And that mindset is wrong.
Yeah.
That is wrong. And I really was drinking that Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
heavy.
I got you.
I think it's normal for people to get to that point where it's like, you know what I mean? Everybody can't be Kobe. And I tell that to a lot of people as well. Mamba mentality is a real thing. I mean, I got 3 rings. I'm going to go for 4.
Right.
I got 4 rings. I'm going to go for 5.
Right.
And I don't care who's on the team. I don't care if it's Shaq or I don't care if it's Paul.
Right.
Paul.
I got you.
How?
I got you.
I'm going to go for it. You know what I mean? So I can say that I've been Kobe and had that Kobe mindset. And I have been that I'm going to chill and just play the game and then go home.
Yeah.
Where Kobe is like, I'm going to play the game, lose, and figure out why I lost.
Yeah. And I also want to speak to that too, because and I'm not saying Kobe wasn't focused on his kids, but I can also say that he did spend quite a bit of time like on the road. Like that's what this NBA season demands. Yeah. So I think that even with you, like we spoke about what drives you and what's your definition or what makes you happy. Yeah. It's like your family, like me being like me, like you talked about, like me rolling with my son. Like when I get to pick him up, we could do this. Like that's something that like that drives you. Like I love that, I enjoy that. But when you didn't have kids, that wasn't there.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna go pick up my son. Like it wasn't. It was just I'm gonna grind. It's a grind.
Right.
Then when you get children and you realize like what makes you happy, like getting to chill with my family makes me happy. Getting to see their faces smile makes me happy. Like going to new experiences with them and them just like lighting up like, oh, what's this? And like me getting to show them that it like makes, I can speak for me, that's what makes me happy.
No, of course.
So I feel like that's kind of,
I mean, I find happiness for sure at home. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like my children and my family make me happy.
Yeah.
Learning new techniques in music make me happy.
Yeah.
Going out to art shows, sporting events, those. Honestly, I do things at my age right now that just literally make me happy.
Of course.
I don't force anything. I don't go to places that I'm like, maybe I'll like it.
Right.
I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
so you said sport team. What sport team? Just shout them out one time.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a Clipper fan. Yeah, Clippers. I'm an inherited Clippers fan, you know.
For sure.
My father is a Clippers fan,
okay,
and
cool.
He's been a Clipper fan since I was born. And I'm talking
He's talking about Darius Miles,
I'm
Ellen Grant before that.
I'm talking about Lloyd Vault, Mark Jackson. I'm talking about the coach of the Clippers being on the bench, Doc Rivers. That's what I'm talking about. Then we go from there to Maurice Taylor and Keith Kloss.
Shout out Big Claw. That's my guy. Hey, Keith. Shout out to Keith Claw. That's my that's what
right.
All love to Keith, man. He's a really good dude. That's my guy.
Yeah, Pooh Richardson. Then we and then so forth. And then we go to Lob City.
Yeah.
And now we're here. We're here in the Kawhi era.
Man, that's my guy too. IE, you know what it is. Shout out.
We're in
me and Kawhi played NJB together when we were little.
Damn, really? You played with Kawhi?
Yeah, we was on the All-Star team when we were little. This is when we were young. He's from the IE. I'm from the IE. But
wow, yeah.
Yeah,
he's always been a beast.
He always been a beast, bro. Always been a beast. And he was always like younger too. He was always younger than that.
Right.
He was always younger than where he played. So shout out to Kawhi, man.
Yeah.
I respect. He's a legend. IE legend, man. Out here, NBA champion.
I just saw an interview where they asked Paul George. It was like, yo, who's better? He was like, yo, who's better, Kawhi or KD? And Paul was like, Kawhi.
Kawhi's.
Yeah. And he was like, yo, who's better, LeBron or Kawhi? Kawhi. I'm like, wow.
Nice, bro. Kawhi's nice.
Oh.
They probably gonna be hot in this interview. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care what y'all say. We go, it might be biased. I don't care.
No,
Why?
Kawhi,
I don't why.
Kawhi can be, to me, and I'm a LeBron fan, but Kawhi can be probably the best player, I think.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, you gotta look at it. If he's still in the conversation and he hasn't been healthy, what does it look like as a healthy Kawhi doesn't miss anything?
Right.
And you gotta just there's nothing like that's my guy. Like, and it's just tough. You know, your body does what your body does.
Right.
It's not like it's a lack of work, a lack of drive, a lack of concentration. It's not a lack of resources. It's just sometimes that's how the cookie crumble. That's how the ball roll. You know what I'm saying? So I think the fact that he just keeps on going is respectable. And you know me. Shout out to Y, man. I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I did want to ask you this too. It was about sports and art.
Yes.
So in terms of art, like I'm not really an art head like that. So what in terms of art, what do you talk?
We gotta get you into.
We got to. So what about art inspires you, or what are you doing with art?
You know what?
Right now?
You know what's crazy about buying art was that was one of the investment things.
Oh, okay.
I got into it for investment purposes, but
okay.
Through that, I found the love for it.
Yeah.
And I go out and I go to art exhibits, me and my family. We go to art exhibits and whenever we can. And if I like something, if it's, affordable, I will get it. I will purchase it.
What goes into the mind of so I know it's an investment and please help me and people who don't know about art, what goes into okay, I'm gonna buy this piece as an investment versus anything else? You know what I mean? Because for stocks, it's I can look up over the year, I can look at the cash flow, I can look at what they have in money, I can look at their debt, I can look at everything and say, okay, I can look at the chart, I can do all that. But with art, how do you judge what pieces to buy? So
again, like what you're saying, you can look at the chart when it comes to stocks.
Yeah.
You're buying into these companies because of projections.
Of course.
So same thing when it comes to art. You're buying this piece because, to me, and I'm not 100% familiar with the world.
Yeah.
But I do know that names is everything. So of course, if you go out and if you get a Basquiat, of course that's an investment. You know what I mean? Of course, I can't afford a Basquiat, but I go off of the name. So what I do own is a Keith Haring.
Okay.
And this is something that it was a Keith Haring poster back in the 1986 is when this poster was put together. I can't really remember, but I own a lot of pieces. But I do own a Keith Haring. But yes, the name has a lot to do with it. I own a couple Takashi Murakamis.
That's my cousin. I just playing.
I wish, because then
you're like, hey, how I could all just playing. So you're essentially buying the person. So it's a personal. It's like a personal brand type of situation.
Those are investment pieces. But then I have I have this piece from this girl named Sarah. Her name is just Sarah.
Okay.
And what she did was she took some old Laker tickets and she painted a picture of LeBron on it.
Oh.
I'm a huge fan of LeBron. I was like, I like that. You know what I mean?
This is the picture right here, y'all.
Yeah. I have an Obey. I have a lot. I have things that I haven't even framed yet.
So what about the art pieces? How do they get priced out? I guess who assigns the value?
Who assigns the value? I'm assuming it would be the buyer. So I have this piece, and I've had this piece for 20 years, and I take it onto a platform like Sotheby's or Christie's.
And what are those platforms?
Those are like auction houses.
Okay.
So like Christie is an auction house.
Okay.
Then and then from there on, I don't know if they're on consignment, but I do know that they sell. I do go in there religiously and look at some of the artists that are on there that people are purchasing, and I'm assuming that the value is then assessed there is through the buyer.
Okay, so if you had to pick one of your, I guess your pieces,
yes,
that are like the most important, which one would you pick?
Oh man, you know what? You know what's crazy?
What's up?
Probably the most important piece was from one of my friends who I'm gonna manage or potentially manage him as a painter. So my girl's dog had passed away, and as a gift to her, I asked him to paint a picture of him. Now I'm thinking I know he's really talented.
Yeah.
But man, this painting was incredible.
Was it?
It is incredible because we have it. So it is incredible. So that painting means a lot to me because that's something that I told him to paint.
Okay.
Another side story. I went to an exhibit and there was this guy, this guy who was back then was friends with a lot of artists, painters. And he said he would go over these artists and painters' houses all the time. And there were different artists, different painters. He would just befriend these people. And he was wealthy.
Yeah.
So he could, he was in that circle.
Yeah.
Again, the circle.
Man, who you know? So
he went over to, don't remember who he said, but this is a well-known artist, well-known painter. This had to be back in the 60s or 70s. And he said, hey, could you, I know this is asking a lot of you, but could you think you can paint this picture for me? And he did.
Yeah.
This artist painted this picture for this guy, his friend.
Yeah.
And literally, this is like a well-known artist.
Yeah.
And to have that, I think, is incredible.
Yeah.
So, and all artists and all painters aren't like the same.
All right. So I know you're talking about like teams in your circle. Like, to me, you're top of the food chain. I know maybe not to you, but to me, I view you as like a staple in the industry because of even win a Grammy, to be nominated for Grammy takes a different level of production and skill for me. When it comes to you, are you looking to add people to that Grammy Award winning team? Are you looking to help people, take people under your wing? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, of course. I mean, like I said earlier, you when you network, you go out and you meet people and hopefully you work with these people. You know what I mean? In the future, from the moment you meet them, doesn't matter age, gender, race, doesn't matter. You do what I do and you're good at it and you're passionate about it, let's work. You know what I mean? And if that turns into something where we can give each other opportunities, where I can, somehow give you an opportunity, then yeah, let's figure it out. Let's see what we can do.
That's fine.
Do I manage? No. Okay. But do I work with and bring people in to my circle and my world? Yes, of course.
That's fire.
We talked about this off camera.
Yeah.
I was telling you about, the artist, the painter.
Yeah.
That is a friend of mine who, I really wanted to help out. And I told him, look, listen, I'm into this world. Like, I love art.
Yeah.
So if there's any way I can help you, let me help you. So so I'm on like a trial, you know what I mean, as a first time manager of the art world.
Sure.
So I mean, it's new, it's fresh. I've contacted a couple of people. We're gonna see what happens, and go from there.
So if there were any new artists or new producers looking to maybe just get their foot in the door, or to even like collab with you, where would they go?
Instagram probably the best place.
Instagram,
DM.
Okay.
Just
and I know this is like a cheat code, but if I was an artist coming up and I wanted to work with a Grammy Award winner like yourself, what messages that I send to you would really catch your eye?
Hey, listen to my stuff. This is that simple. DM me. Hey, I like your stuff. Listen to my stuff. If I listen to it and I like it, I'll hit you back.
So if you don't get no message, keep working.
I may miss a certain amount of people.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
He's not gonna. He's like he said, he's busy. He works, but in the grand scheme of things, I mean, I'm pretty sure you might go through like later. Like there's no timeline on the response, but just
there's no timeline on the response, but I'm definitely looking.
For sure.
You know what I mean? DM me. Yeah.
Y'all heard it. And we'll keep those links down low. And we'll also keep the links to everything he does down low so you guys can check it out, check the songs out. Hey, y'all. Hope y'all enjoying this conversation. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to be dropping every Wednesday full of game and tips on how to build your business and actually get to this wealth. We love y'all. I'm going to see you on the other side. So I know we talked about it a bit, but as somebody who's as big as you in the industry, like I said, you won a Grammy. What's the work-life balance look like for a Grammy Award-winning producer?
Man, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
Because you want to be at the studio 24/7.
Right.
You want to work 24/7, but you can't because you got your wife and your kids at the house. You know what I mean? So, yeah, the balance is just make sure that when you are at work, you are at work. You are working. And know that you're at work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I treat creating music like it's my job.
Yeah.
It's my career. I'm not there drinking and smoking and I don't got like, people coming in and out and coming to meet people. No, we're here to create. Like, let's dial in. Let's get it going. Let's get some coffee and get something to eat.
Yeah.
And we're working. We're here.
Let's handle this business.
Like, this is a job. Like, I don't want nobody thinking they can take my slot. I don't want nobody thinking they can come in and just swoop in and like, oh no, the school's Zaire over. No. I'm here.
Right.
I'm here. I'm working 5 days out of the week. Oh no, we're working. We're working. We're getting this done.
Yeah. Being in that world, you interact with a lot of different people. You do a lot of different music. So maybe the settings aren't always the best, but how does that affect your faith, I guess?
Doesn't. Two totally different worlds.
Mm.
People talk about what they talk about has nothing to do with me.
Mm.
All I worry about is sonics, how the music sounds, the words, and when I say the words, I mean like the lyrics. Outside of that, what you're talking about has nothing to do with me. I'm only here to support you. And that's how I feel. I'm the support. I'm somewhat of a therapist in the session as well.
I got you.
Well, because artists come and they respectfully they spill out how they're feeling at the moment. If it's something that they're dealing with, with relationship wise, and for the most part, it's 90% of the time it's something they're dealing with a relationship, right? So you're a therapist. I'm there to help you and guide you and get it out. Let's get it out. Let's put it on. Let's put it on a record and make it a song because there are a lot of people out there who can relate to it.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so I know we got this whole AI boom. I know off camera I showed you a song that was created. I appreciate you. How do you look at AI? Being a producer, being where you
love it. I love it. I mean, I'm a tech guy, so I am involved in the AI world. Like, I love it. I mean, I utilize it, in my daily life. I love it. I love where it's going. I love where AI is going.
Do you ever fear that at some point it'll like replace what you can do or what you do?
Yeah, of course. But as of now, no.
Right.
I always tell people, artificial intelligence is literally, we feed it. We feed it information and it gives back what we feed it.
Right. It's a co-pilot.
Right. It's a co-pilot. So humans are the ones evolving. We're the creators. We create. So we're always being innovative. We're always thinking of new ideas. So we're somewhat predicting or leading where the future is going.
Oh, of course.
Because we're the thinkers. Where AI is nothing but, like you said, a co-pilot. I'm not 100% sure how to do this. How can I do this, chat? Or how can I do this, Claude? Like, oh, okay, cool. Now we're going somewhere because it was my idea. You're helping me with the idea and we're going somewhere.
Right.
I'm prompting it.
Right.
What I fear and why I said I do fear artificial consciousness. Now, when this being, because essentially what artificial intelligence is nothing but a new species. We've created a new species.
Of course.
So this being, sorry, I'm spitting, but this being that we're creating, the minute it starts thinking for itself,
yes,
that's the problem.
Hours, yeah.
That's the scariest problem.
Yeah, the scary hours.
That's way because now you're thinking how I think.
Yeah,
innovation.
And now it's not a co-pilot.
It's not. You're leading your own plane.
Yeah,
and can do it better.
Yeah,
because not only are you thinking for yourself, you have a whole machine behind you.
You don't need sleep. You don't
need sleep. You don't need food. You don't need to take breaks. You don't get burnt out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like that's scary.
Yeah,
that's scary.
Yeah, 1000%.
So how do you be on? How the question is this? How do we get on top of it?
Yeah. From my experience and my dealings, because I have been like a keynote speaker for different places when it comes to AI, I think that the biggest thing we can do is put in safeguards in a place to where we can stop it if we wanted to. But if we get to a point where we can't stop it, I think they made movies on it, bro. Like it's not fake. It's not like not gonna happen. Like there are robots now today that are actually working off AI, that actually are doing things, washing dishes, cleaning. You could push a robot to fall down and flip back up. Like these are things. No, serious. Amazon has, that's crazy. Right. Amazon has them in the warehouses helping to move packages around. I seen another place that I deal with. They have robots that wrap.
Boston Dynamics, Tesla. These are all companies that have these robots or these humanoids that helping them right now.
1000%.
That's not scary though.
No. I'm saying but that robot gets consciousness and that gets implemented, that's the scary part. That is very scary. When you can learn on the fly and adapt in your software to what's happening to make you more human-like or to even evolve past what we can do and never need to stop, never need to eat, never need to sleep, You don't need anything, but you're just constantly going. That's a little bit
It's
frightening.
scary.
And then when it becomes a point to it, because like you gotta understand, if you got a robot and it's doing stuff in your house, I gotta give me one too.
Yeah.
Like I got.
Oh no, 100%.
I'm
I'm definitely getting one.
I'm getting one too.
I'm getting an Optimus. I will be first in line to get an Optimus.
Yeah. And that's crazy because like even us talking is like, oh, this is what we fear. But like in the back of my mind, I'm like, I know that's gonna happen. If there aren't safeguards in place, it's gonna be trouble. Because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna watch somebody have 10 humanoids working in front of their yard and I'm sitting there doing mine by myself. I'm like, that's 10 people 10 units that don't have to sleep, that get stuff done, building houses, doing all these things.
Well, eventually they wouldn't have to sleep because of battery power. But I mean, right now you do need to charge.
If you have multiple, one could be going, one could be charging. You swap them out.
That's true.
It never stops.
That's true.
You feel what I'm saying?
It's a factory at that point.
It's crazy. Yeah. And then at one point you got to think about it. It gets you stack it right. What if these robots can build more of themselves?
They are.
And then
they are right. I mean, they are right now. I mean, there are assembly lines that's
the craziest part. It's like if you just look, and how I like to do this, I like to look 5 years in advance, right? Like if we're here right now, and keep in mind, more advances in AI make this 5-year timeline shrink.
Of course.
You feel what I'm saying? So it won't be 5, it's 3.
Yeah.
Now you got 3 years to make, I guess, as much bread as you can, or whatever you got to do to beat that, because it's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen, and it's just like, how will you adapt to it happening? I think that's kind of the biggest thing.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
How do we get on top of it?
Yeah, and we talked off camera about some things that we're working on, but yeah.
But outside of artificial intelligence, outside of AI,
yeah.
How do you even get on? I mean, yes, you showed me how you're getting on top of that, but like you said, we're in. How did you phrase it? You said we're in the worst place.
Yeah. So AI is the worst it'll be.
Today is the worst it'll be. Tomorrow it'll be different.
Better. It'll be better tomorrow.
It'll be way better tomorrow, and then a year from now it'll be
10 times,
better.
20 times.
Yeah, it'll just be better.
Yeah.
How do we, as individuals, get on top of it? The minute we've said this, the minute they start thinking for themselves,
it's over.
I'm not saying it's going to be over. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying this is going to be Terminator. I'm not saying any of that. And all seriousness, I'm using it as an example because that's the first place that people go to.
Right.
Have you seen the movies? Like, have you seen iRobot? Have you seen, yes, we've seen those movies. We have. But outside of that, how do we even get, I'm not thinking about the aftermath. I'm thinking about when it's all good, when we're coexisting.
Yeah.
How do we get on top of it? Because that species is gonna come.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be here, and it's gonna be in your daily life. You're gonna go to Ralph's, you're gonna go to Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and it's gonna be in humanoid right there.
Yep.
Buying groceries right after you.
Or you might even send a humanoid to go get the groceries for you. It get wicked when you start really thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like you get and like you got to think like this too. I think the best way, and this is like just our family plan, and I can share it. It's not that big of a deal. It is a big deal, but I'll still share it. I think the best thing to do is you have to get farmland, and you have to
agriculture
make sure you have to get farmland, because regardless of what happens, regardless of what services or whatever you provide, people have to eat.
You have to eat.
And that's just that simple.
You have to eat.
And at some point, like, your fruit produces more seeds. So at that point, it's like you're not paying for more seeds. So you have a yield. And then I think that's the wealth that nobody can take away from me, because I can go, we can trade, and that's like old school, right? Like, well, you got apples over there, okay, I got tomatoes over here,
of course,
here's some tomatoes, here's some apples, and we're good. Now we got this. So I think that's kind of where we're headed, because we've all made our money off of services and things we can provide, but now it's going to be like, what land do you have? So we have this land, we have this food, we have these crops, we have this space, but they're not making more land.
Right.
They're not creating more. They could create as many robots they want, but they're not making more land. Yeah. So I think that's the biggest thing, is grabbing some land, hunkering down, making sure that you are well versed with agriculture, that you guys can actually survive. And my thing is like, what if the power cuts off? What if everything shuts down? At least you know how to move, like having solar panels in there, having everything, like having your own water source. I think all that stuff is very important for what's to come, and I think that's really the play, honestly. I think that's the biggest play, and you can just, because you think about it, if you don't have a house payment, and I know somebody with a 10-acre farm that pays $200 in electricity a month. 10 acres.
Point me in a direction. Point me in that direction.
Right. And they have solar panels. And they have, I think it's 5.
They have a solar farm.
Solar farm, and they have 5 3,000-gallon water tanks.
Wow.
And a well. So
wow.
It pumps I think 40, how many gallons?
It pumps water.
It pumps a lot of water. And I don't want to say the specific amount because I don't want to be wrong, but they pump a lot of water from that well, and it stores water. And everything on the farm comes from that water source.
Yeah.
Everything. So when they water the plants, they take showers, they drink the water, all that comes from their own water. So if the water was messed up outside of there, they can still do what they got to do.
Yeah.
If the power is messed up, they still getting power from the sun. They have battery packs, so everything is operated solely on that. Like everything can be cut off from outside that farm and they still good.
Working efficiently. I love it.
And I think that is what needs to happen. And you don't need 10 acres. You can do everything. You can do that on 1 acre. But I think it's more,
you can start in your backyard right now. If you have dirt, if you have soil,
right.
Learn.
Right.
Learn.
I agree.
I mean, I started with a small DAW program and now I'm in Logic, but that small program is what taught me.
Of course.
Learn. I think you touched on something outside of, how you get on top of it is agriculture.
Yep.
People need to eat.
Yep.
And at some point, things that we take for granted, like fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
And they're already expensive. Already. At what point, T, do we say, okay, I can't continue to buy a bag of a dozen apples for $20.
Busting your top of the head.
At some point, I'm just going to have to just say, I'm going to grow an apple tree.
Yep.
At some point, I'm just going to have to say, I love avocados.
Yeah.
So at some point, I'm going to have to say, I could just grow an avocado tree.
And I think we talked about legacy in our children. I think that's something that's a legacy right there. Because now I don't have to pay for food, but guess what? My kids don't have to pay for food ever. Because
you're blowing. Honestly, I've never even thought of that. You just bro. Outside of you blew my mind right there.
I got you, bro.
That's great.
I got you.
That's great. In addition to owning property, they should own the food on the land. Yeah. That is something I did not think of.
Yeah. I think that's the end goal. That's literally the end goal.
Wow.
That's the end goal.
That's great.
If you have no mortgage and then you don't pay for the bills there, you pay like say property tax or whatever.
Yes.
But then you have the fruit that you yield from the property.
That's great.
And then let's say there's humanoids, so then you're not always doing it by yourself.
Right.
So then you integrate AI with the agriculture. Right. Now it's at a more efficient speed, efficient pace. But you still always have something to eat.
That's great.
And if you need money,
I love that.
Y'all here, come eat. I can get this money real quick. And then if you yield enough, you can pay for the property tax by just leveraging the agriculture to other people.
Of course.
And now it's just now that is self-sustaining. Right. That is
because it's a farm.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the rules and regulations or the guidelines, but
in terms of what?
In terms of what you can call a farm. Like I don't know if you can be over here in Inglewood just because you have some land and a couple of plants.
Right.
You can't say, "Oh, I'm a farm." You know what I mean? Like, well, look, I got a dog. It's a farm. Nah, that ain't no farm, bro. You just got 2 avocado trees and an orchard.
Food, though.
You got some food, but that ain't a farm
for sure.
But that would be nice. I get what you're saying, like that offset the property tax.
But you feel what I mean? Like because now it's not like oh, I got to work for that. It's like we just do what we do and we self-sustain it. And one, I think it's really important for kids to know that food comes from somewhere else before you see it in the store.
Yeah.
I think that just a realization of that is really important for kids.
Bro, it's crazy. I used to have trouble picking a fruit off of a tree and eating it.
Yeah.
I used to have that trouble. I'm not going to lie to you. That would always been an issue to me.
Because you thought it was like dirty or something like that?
I thought it was dirty.
Yeah.
Literally that simple. I thought it was dirty and full of bugs.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's some with bugs, though, for sure.
There's some with bugs, bro. But there are some fruits and vegetables that you can buy. I can go to Ralph's right now. There is a chance I can pick up an organic apple and there's a bug in it. There is still a chance.
Right. And I think even going, like, snatch some off the tree and then you, like, eating off that tree, you'll realize, like, this came from like it's something about snatching some fruit off of a tree.
It's different.
And knowing that it wasn't there maybe a couple months ago, now it's there and it's sustaining you is crazy. Like we have a neighbor who literally, she brings us tomatoes, she brings us squash, and she lets us come pick the berries off of her trees. So we'll get like a whole bunch of berries, and we've seen the berries like this small,
tiny,
and then we pick them, so they're like regular blackberries. We're like, wow, like let's try them, and they're amazing. She said we don't put any chemicals on them, like they just grow like that. We have to keep making sure that they don't have mites or bugs on them, but we take care of them that way, and then you guys can come pick them. But I've seen people go in there with big buckets and just pick off the berries, and then take them home, and then like you could freeze them, you could do what you want. But the fact that they didn't go buy them and they just waited, and see if what you do is, and this is from my guy who owns a farm, shout out to my boy Mario, you know what it is, it's all love. You plant them in like you plant them like weeks apart or months apart or whatever, so that when the yield comes, it yields every week. Like you can go get some every week, so you can live off of it. You feel what I'm saying? And then so if you're always yielding food and yielding fruit, like you're always gonna have food in the house, fruit in the house, and like that's a big bill right there. Like the mortgage, the car notes, whatever, and then food. Those are probably people's 3 biggest bills. So if we're not paying a mortgage,
food is creeping up.
So if we're not paying the mortgage and we're not paying for food, that's 2 out of 3 of the biggest bills we got.
You know, that's a good question for you. How is that world for you? You're feeding 7 people?
Boy.
How is that the grocery world for you, like that?
So the blessing and a curse is like we're vegan, so we do eat a lot of plants and fruits and vegetables. Yeah, we're vegan, so we eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. But we have learned how to adapt. A lot of like rice, beans. We make our own bread. You just go get some flour, it's cheap, and then you can make your own bread. Yeah. Sometimes
curry. You guys do a lot of curries, or
not too much?
Because there's a lot of milk. Well, you can use coconut milk.
Yeah, but what we do is we'll make handmade tortillas and stuff like that. So we lean a lot on just vegetables and fruit, and we'll make you can get some squash and make it like squash noodles or whatever. You can get like
lentils.
You can do so we mix it up, bro. But honestly, for me, I've become accustomed to fasting and separating myself from like. It sounds weird. I love food, but I separate myself where I'm able to control my desire for certain foods. Like I still enjoy food, I still get to have it, but I really separate. I'll fast. I fast at least once a week for a whole day. Me and my team, we just got off of a 3-day fast, like no food, just water.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like
you do coffee?
No, just straight water.
Oh, okay.
Like nothing.
No. I'm saying, do you do coffee at all?
Oh, do I drink? No, I don't drink coffee.
Oh, okay.
I just get up and go. I feel good. I don't feel like heavy or nothing like that. Yeah, but I think the biggest thing for me when it comes to fruits and vegetables and the food is like we go to the farmer's market, we get fresh food from them. But once we started looking at that bill, that's when we realized, okay, we have to have this is not sustainable. Unless it's the only way it's sustainable if you make more, right? You got to keep making more,
right?
Or you invest in something that makes more. But the way I see the world, how it's looking right now and the outcome of it, we have to get our own farm.
Yeah.
There's no even if we don't have our own farm, our backyard is we're starting planting everything in our backyard. So we're on that journey right now, getting to October. So right now will be the best time to start planting like tomatoes, squash, and time to get a return. I think he said by like January, so you'll have enough to feed a family of 7. So when you plant that, you plant everything, you plant it for the size of your family. So we plant for a family of 7 to have a constant yield.
Yeah.
So you pay for food, up until January, and then a lot of the food bill will be cut down because we're gonna start planting in the house. So
man, that's great.
Yeah, I think that's just the goal, man. We've always had that goal because one, me and her are real like, what do you need at the minimum level of life? I think we get lost in everything we can have, but instead of looking at what we need to live, like minimalistic, and that's we need food, we need water.
Yeah.
So if we got food and water and power, then what do we need? Then you can start kind of stacking it on. You feel what I'm saying, bro?
On top of that, understanding how can I get that if the grid were to go down.
And see, people just be, and I think we talked about this a little bit. I was like, people be so sure they're going to get tomorrow.
Right.
Like they so sure that tomorrow's going to be the same as today. And there was a government shutdown just recently. I know, and the day before that,
I think Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah, the day before that, everybody was good.
Right.
But then tomorrow, like that, people
just like that. I didn't even know it was coming,
bro. just like that.
Yeah.
So I think that we have to be aware and be diligent and be humble in the fact that like there's no such thing as tomorrow. And I think that's kind of where I got the whole mindset of like, all right, what can I do to make sure that my daughters have everything they need, whether that be like we talked about life insurance. I got life insurance policies, food, that's cool. Like now power, like looking at the solar panels, and then even the solar panels, like having a battery for the power to be stored on. Because like if everything goes out, then that's cool. But what if the solar panel's still gonna work because the sun's powering the solar panels? Of course. So then now we're good with that. The water, okay, y'all water cut off, but we have a well. We dug a well, and now there's water in the water gallon tanks outside. So now we can still take our shower, we can still drink the water, and we can still manage. And then we can use that water to plant more food. Right. So now, you feel what I'm saying, bro?
There's an ecosystem.
It's an ecosystem. And I think that's the most important part. I think that literally is what you talk about success. Like even your group, that's your ecosystem, so to speak. Like, that's the people you're around that can constantly help you to grow and evolve. And I think that'd be the same thing as like your home environment.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
You just shout out your friend Mario.
Yeah.
And you said Mario has a farm. So I'm not sure if you learned any of this from Mario.
Mario did teach me it.
Circle back to it. Your circle. Yeah. I didn't know that because they're not hanging out with farmers.
Right. But and I met him at the farmers market too. See, circle. You're 1,000%.
Your circle.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Now you're in survival 101.
Yep.
If the grid were to go down right now, you already would know, or you would be led to know where to go.
At least I know. Yeah. At least I know who to go call or try to go find. Like, hey, bro, what we doing with this?
I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I would have to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, now you know now.
Listen, I don't even have cash to go out and buy anything.
And see, that's
so everything for me is on credit, debit, Apple Pay. Like, but if the grid were to just shut down, I would have no cash on hand.
Right.
I mean, I do have cash on hand, but it isn't enough to.
Right.
I can't survive months off of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, yeah, no.
And that's what I just
circle, bro. It's always goes back to your circle.
And I think what I did with AI, I asked these questions. I'm really like, I try to be as forward thinking as possible. So I'll ask these questions to the Chat GPT, to the Claude. I would ask these questions like, what's the most efficient way to live if things were to do this, or if this did happen? And it gives you scenarios, bro. Right. It'll tell you what to do. So I'll take that and I'm like, okay, let me apply. Okay, I need to understand this world of farming. So I talked to my boy like, yo, Mario, if I want to have tomatoes, squash, bell peppers, cucumbers, onions, potatoes, all that stuff, like when do I need to plant it? How much space do I need? And how long will it take for me to yield enough to feed my family every week?
Right.
And he's like, okay, well, from my experience, again, keep in mind, Mario, they I don't want to put his business out there, so I'm going to just be careful. They've sold 750 pounds of green beans to the county of Riverside. Wow. And I'm not going to disclose how much they made, but they made enough to make sure that everything they need, at least for the year, is paid for off of green beans, off of 750 pounds of green beans.
Right.
So I think that just shows you that there's money in farming. Yeah. People got to eat. Yeah. And I think that just me being around them, like we talk about circle, kind of showed me like a whole nother world of life. Like if things were to go down, these are the people that wouldn't be tripping.
Right.
And I'm like, I need to be like them.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's cool. Everything's flash. No, I'll get my hands dirty. I'll learn how to do what I got to do. Like, show me how to get this done. Right. Well, I said we're vegan, but at the end of the day, like, if you're starving and you got, and this is, you're starving, you got animals or whatever the case may be. And like some people, like I talked to my friend, she lives in Seattle. She has the things called meat chickens. And I don't know if you know, meat chickens are different than egg laying chickens.
I don't.
Meat chickens are about like, I think she said like 10 pounds bigger. And then the egg laying chickens are like smaller, so they just produce the eggs.
Right.
And remember that time when eggs went up to a crazy amount?
Yeah.
Who was smiling? The people with the chickens that lay eggs.
Right.
Like, cool, we gonna get more bread.
Get more bread, yeah.
And the chickens are gonna lay eggs. All we gotta do is feed them with this, whatever. Right. So I think that it's just, once you realize that that's a game that's gonna just keep on rolling for itself and do its thing, then you like, I might need to invest in that.
Yeah.
I might need to get something like that just in case. Like if it breaks down, yo, we to the farm.
Yeah.
Or we're at the farm, so it break down. We good. We got to hunker down, and then you get to having to think about security and like if you do have it and nobody else has it, then what happens? So then it's a rabbit hole. Of course, ChatGPT will take you down that rabbit hole, but
100%. You can fall down that for sure.
So then like you think about security, and then like you incorporate AI with it. So then if I have AI or the humanoids around for security, and that's different. Or if I have cameras or whatever that AI that use AI to detect different things, that's different. So it's like, I think that, like we said, AI is a co-pilot, but you do have to prepare for the future. And I think that agriculture is the best way.
Agriculture is the way. Yeah. It's that movie, The Big Short.
Yeah.
And I forgot which character went in. I think it was Steve Carell's character went to Brad Pitt's house.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, at some point, we're going to be trading seeds. Yeah. At some point, we're going to be trading seeds.
And it's going to get to that point,
and great movie, by the way, The Big Short. I would advise everybody to watch that. But that part of the movie always stuck with me. It always did.
Mm-hmm.
Agriculture.
Because no matter how much money you got, men make money, and you can't eat money, and you can't. And you can't if your daughter is cold or your kids are cold, you can't put a $20 bill over it. It won't be warm.
Yeah, nah.
You try to go buy 20. You can go try to buy a blanket, but if I know that money is man made, and if I give you this blanket, my kids will be cold. I'm like, I don't care how much money you got. I can't make a blanket with your dollars.
Right. It's facts. Facts.
Like I can't bite your $20 bill. I can use it as currency to exchange for something while the value of it is still here.
Right.
But when the value is gone, what always holds value? Survival.
Yeah. Love that, man.
You feel what I'm saying?
I love that.
Yeah, I know it's about you. We talked about it. Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. I love that.
Yeah, but I think that's the biggest thing, bro. We
just talking, bro. I love this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate your transparency, bro. Like I said before, you my boy before we do any of this podcast stuff, but I just even having this conversation helped me see you in a different light. So yeah, once again, I appreciate you. That's all.
Thank you for having me.
It is. And like I said, y'all go show love. All his links will be in the description below. And if you guys need anything in terms of a group, a community, some collective in teaching how to build wealth, different things that I've used, that he's used, that my other guests have used, please do join the group below. It's called Wealth Labs. It's in the link below, and we'd love to have you. So we're going to do rapid fire, man. We got rapid fire. It's just quick. It's just one or the other.
Quick answers, yeah.
Quick answers. Only 5 questions, all right?
Got you.
All right. So money or peace?
Peace.
Okay. Sleep or grind?
Grind.
Ooh. Faith or feelings?
Ooh, wow. Man, that's a tough one. Can't say both, huh?
Nah.
Damn. Faith?
There we go. Studio time or story time with the kids?
Oh, man. Story time with the kids.
Hey, there you go.
But you saw the wheels turning on. You saw the wheels turning on that one.
Like they might see.
Like the most political question. Story time, of course. It's my children. And then I whispered, no, studio, bro, studio.
Boom.
Studio.
Okay.
No.
And I think we asked this already, but I do want to ask you again. Would you rather your kids inherit money or mindset?
Oh, yeah. Take my money. Take it.
Bread.
Take it.
Okay, cool. But no, Z, I appreciate you, bro. It's been amazing. I thank you for your time, man. I know you could be spending it, like we talked about that time, man. I know you could be spending it with anybody else, but you spent it with your boy, so I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I did want to, maybe if you want to say something to the people who feel lost in their purpose or are trying to strive and get to where you're at or any type of success, what would you tell them?
Yeah, your circle. I know I keep going back to that. Who are you hanging around with? Who are you socializing with? That is important. That's honestly more important than anything else. Your talent will get you so far, but the people that you're hanging around will get you further. And that is absolutely true. It's 100%. It's evident. You see it. You see it. You see it everywhere. I mean, if you are a banker, who are you hanging around?
Right.
Bankers.
Right.
You're going to be in the financial world.
Right.
If you work at McDonald's, and that's still a great job, you're going to hang around cooks, and that's your world.
Yeah.
Or outside of that, but for the most part, I've worked at McDonald's, so I know what it's like to be like, hey, you want to go to the movies after this? You get lost in that circle. You start hanging around. That's your crew. You know what I mean? It gets to that point. So that's important. That's important. So surround yourself with the people that you see yourself growing with, and go from there.
I'm glad I got to do this interview with you, bro, because I feel like I learned so much more about you, and I have it's like a deeper appreciation for you as a person. You know what I'm saying? Outside,
Appreciate
away from music, I think that even your faith, you being a father, the grind that you've shown, and just the transparency that you showed here has shown me like, okay, cool, like you can be where you're at right now and still be somewhere that you want to be as long as you grind, have faith, and make sure you're around the right people. And I think that says a lot about your character, and also it's proof in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? So I just appreciate you pulling up on me. I appreciate you giving the wisdom that you're giving to the people. And we gonna have to do this again.
Anytime.
We got to definitely do this again. It's gonna be, if y'all want a part 2, y'all want more game and more knowledge, man, put that in the comments. We're gonna popping out every week. We're popping out of the episodes. So I appreciate y'all being here. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you go share. Show some love to my boy Z, and make sure that you guys are respectful, loving, and humble when you come to him, whatever you're coming to him with. And we appreciate y'all. If you want to say anything, Z, go ahead, bro.
Talk to your kids. No, I'm playing. Talk to your kids. When you pick them up from school, talk to your kids. No, I'm playing.
That's love, bro. That's love. All right, y'all. This is from his side. We out of here. Big deuces.
All right, peace.